G'day and welcome back to another episode of Steam Retention. So basically what we're going to do here today is we're going to talk about repositioning and restructuring ourselves when it comes to, SR and how that applies within our day-to-day life, even within micro moments within our life. Like I'm talking seconds and minutes of the day. So the thing about SR is that I told you in the previous video, go have a look for it. It's a picture of, the thumbnail is a picture of me with the whiteboard, and I'm kind of explaining the difference between a retainer and a kuma. So when you are a retainer, you are like a hose full of water. The water's running up through your spine. You've got a strong posture, all that kind of stuff. You're robust, you're sturdy, you're strong, you've got your alignment down, and you've got a strong foundation. So when it comes to moments within the day, within seconds, within whatever, we are bombarded with a multitude of things that can throw us off center. And when I talk about off center, I'm talking about being in a position where you're stable and just calm, relaxed, just calm. I would like to keep myself in a kind of highly energetic state of mind for the majority of the day, and then eventually, when the sun goes down, I want to relax and just, So SR allows you to shift between a state of calmness into energy for getting stuff done during the day, and it allows you to shift into a state of relaxation. And you can actually put yourself into these states during different parts of the day, so that way you cultivating a bit of rest and recovery for maybe a few minutes before you go out and do some intense work. I can equate this to playing a gig. So if I've got the guitar and I'm singing and doing some songs and doing like a long, more than an hour long set, and giving it my all, because I'm trying to lift the frequency of the room. I'm talking about, this is like literal transmutation and the raising of the consciousness and the vibration of a collective's energy field. That's what a musician does. Good musicians know how to raise it through the roof, as they say, blew the roof off, because you're literally raising the frequency of everyone up. So what that means is that you're gonna expel a lot of energy, and you need to be on retention in order to do that. And that could be in any kind of situation. Like maybe you're in an office situation and you've got a team of people that you're working with, and you just need to come on. All right, let's go, guys. We're going. I want you to go do that. I want you to go do that. Blah blah blah. Maybe you're stacking shelves at your supermarket, and you're just like, all right, let's go. Like next box. Maybe you're in a factory, just like getting stuff done. Like you got to put yourself in this kind of hard framed mentality where you're just like, this is the time to do it. This is now. That's when I'm going to do it. I'm going to use SR as a way of pushing that energy outwards and, asserting my energy into the material world for my own benefit. And sure, like you can benefit others and stuff like that. But one thing I've realized about this journey is just, don't let anyone ever say that you've got too much energy. That's just a load of crap. That's just low vibe talk. That's just complacent loser kuma talk. When it comes to repositioning and restructuring yourself, you might be in a sort of workplace, like let's use the factory kind of workplace as an example. Someone's working at a factory, you're stacking boxes, and then you've just got this one employee there that's a kuma, and they're just kind of always down. They're always looking at their phone, like kind of blah, blah, blah. You can maintain a positive mindset for the majority of the day, but you're still going to be sucked into that black hole of, just negative, low vibe, complacency kind of stuff at the end of the day. So you won't be able to fully run away from some of these situations. Like some people's low frequencies are just going to overpower the room. And if you're not in a position of authority in your workplace, like let's say you're working at that factory, but you're not allowed to say, hey, look, go home, you're not bringing the good vibes. I'm going to do all this myself. Like, if you can't say that to someone, then you're going to just have to deal with it. And how you deal with it is you actually use your breath. So mark this down. This is the most important part of the video, is semen retention and the power of your breathing. Okay. So we talked about the semen retention being like a hose of energy through you. So what is it? Well, it's prana. It's ki, it's energy, it is life force. It's the force, if you want to talk about like Star Wars, like the force flows through you, This is literally true in our reality. It's prana, it's ki, it's the force. So when you have that kind of blockage where like someone's, and I usually feel it here or here, and it's always stuck in a chakras position. So just chakras, we talk about Indian Hinduism kind of philosophies, and I think I just call it science because I know it's real, because you feel these points within your body where things, pressured. There's pressure points, energetic pressure points, and what you need to do is you use your breath to bypass the blockage or to just break through the blockage. So like, I've done a lot of yoga throughout my life, over 10 years worth of practicing yoga, and maybe one day I'll become a yoga instructor. So what you do is you can use your breath in multiple ways. So let's say you feel the blockage in your chest. Okay, so the most important thing is you want to open up this heart chakra region. Okay, so someone's bringing in their bad vibes, you're just feeling a bit blocked, you're feeling a bit down. Breathe in through your nose and make it a strong breath in. And then release with a full exhale. And you could even go more extreme. Like if you get a bit of a moment to yourself, like maybe you just go to the bathroom at your workplace, just go like this. I'm not going to show my tongue because I don't know, I just had a coffee and stuff, so I don't want to show it. But you're going to stick your tongue out, so I'm going to cover my tongue here. Okay, so you breathe in through your nose, and then you're going to let it out. It's called the lion's breath. And imagine a lion roaring, but its tongue's dropped down, and it's out of its mouth, So here we go. This is the sound that it should make. You're not going to see it, but here we go. So breathing in through the nose, and then so my tongue was dipped down outwards. And what you're doing is you're drawing all that prana down deep into your body, and then you're able to release it. I find myself even observing cringe, Kumar, NPC, low vibers throughout the public. Like I see someone like, for example, today, like, look, it didn't bother me, but it's the best example that I can throw out at the top of my head straight away. Saw a guy going for a walk with his son. His son's probably about 5 years old, sprinting ahead of him, just full of life and energy. This guy probably similar to my age, maybe a little bit older, like mid-30s, close to 40. He he had this kind of frisbee thing, and he was like kind of tossing it about, and he had these sennies on, like, just like looking like a bit of a sesh lord. So in Australia, a sesh lord is someone that likes to party, get on the beers, get on the weed, all that kind of stuff. So basically, he had these ice skating kind of, ski mask goggles on, and like a hat, and he was wearing like, sesh clothes, party clothes. And he was like tossing this thing, and then I didn't notice him, but then I looked over at him because I saw his son running, and I think it's part of the paternal instinct in me. When I see kids running, I always observe them because I'm always in this kind of protective kind of state of mind where I'm like, kids running, all right, like protect, But then I noticed he was there, so it's like, that's his kid, that's fine. But then as soon as I looked at him, I noticed he was kind of being a bit of a show pony with what he was doing. And this happens a lot to me, and I think it's an SR thing, is that when you look, you are directing your energy. I don't know how powerful the energy of eyesight is, but it definitely has something. That's why we know when people are looking at us. So I looked at him, only for a second. And as soon as I looked at him, the frisbee or whatever was in his hand, he dropped it on the ground. Just from one second. I'm telling you, this stuff happens all the time when you're on SR. You almost get laser vision. And it's like almost like this thing where when someone knows a retainer is looking at them, they get a bit of a shock. Like they maybe fumble or they stutter or they like drop something, you know? It happens all the time. Trust me, if you know this has happened, put it in the comments. I want to hear from you, because it's happened to me so many times on my streak that I just can't deny it anymore. It's truth. I'm telling you. Okay, so what would I feel when I saw that guy kind of show poning and then he dropped the frisbee? Well, it's just kind of like, it's like playing a game of sport. Imagine someone's like, someone's doing all these moves and stuff like that. They're being a bit, they're taunting the opposition. Maybe they're like kind of getting in their ear, but then when it comes to crunch time, when it comes to the real, moments that actually dictate who's going to win or lose, they can't live up to the pressure. And how this relates to breath is that even when it's just a game and it doesn't mean anything, because essentially life is just a game, you can't help but feel cringe. And cringe isn't something you want to keep stored in your body. So what do you do as soon as you see someone like make a cringy kind of action? Well, you just go like this. Or through your nose. Don't react. That's the only reaction you're going to give. It's just through your nose or through your mouth. Or if you really need to, do the lion's tongue kind of, outpouring energy. I'd say that's for like special situations where you're really full of stress. But it's also really important to make it part of your daily breathing rituals, which you will learn more as you stick around for semen retention, because this isn't just about semen retention. This is about a whole philosophical, physiological kind of like, metaphysical understanding of the world. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to sharing some more tips and all that kind of stuff. I'm about a week away, 2 weeks, I think, close to 2 weeks away from the 11th month streak. So yeah, nearly a full year. But it's been so good. I'm loving it. I wouldn't have it any other way. And I'm really looking forward to just continuing to optimize my health. And just, like getting closer to the spirit, getting closer to God, getting closer to my highest being. And I think that's what it's all about. That's what we should be doing, is we should be really focusing on our purpose, what we're meant to bring in this lifetime. So I think I'm going to leave it at that for today. I've got some more ideas that I want to present, but I might make them in separate videos. So yeah, have a great week, and I'll catch you very soon.